So it is round the last. We're currently 1-2, playing for pride points, of course. And we have a 5-lander, but I'm not sure we can ship it, so... the main talking point here is whether or not we take 2 damage to Inquisition. If we do that, we can safely play Manamo and have Mana Leak open on turn 2. It's all about whether or not we want to take this 2 damage here. I think Inquisition can probably snipe something on turn 3 regardless, so I think it's probably safer to just play the Shrine tapped. Clearly, we could run afoul of our opponent's own discard spell, but I think that's a risk worth taking because our opponent could just be playing Burn, so ends up playing Zombies. There are a lot of weirdo black decks in these tournaments, apparently. Playing against a lot of aristocrats. My deck should probably be good against stuff like this, but it is certainly not built that way. So, Bloodghast. Well, we can't really leak that. And we're drawing a lot of land. Another Diregraph Ghoul, another Bloodghast. Alright. Well, if we get beaten down by 2-power creatures, so be it. I guess maybe we should just play Talisman this turn. Then we could draw, or we could play Ojutai if we draw it. I like that idea. I think we should play Talisman. If our opponent ever lets us go back to our main phase. Alright. Talisman it is. And then probably lose a horrible, horrible game in which we never draw any spells. Hopefully our opponent just plays a Bloodghast. Doesn't draw anything too fancy. What is this? What is this? Oh my god. Well, then we draw like a Liliana. Oh, no, yeah. The Liliana doesn't do anything. Man, this is gas. Sure wish we could have Mana Leaked this. I was like, oh, what's the worst you could draw? Like Liliana or something? Whatever. Okay, Slaughter Pact has been very, very bad for us in this tournament. So we end up going to 1 life. Can't even really stabilize because those Bloodghast will have haste if we draw a Sweeper. So not really very helpful. We cast an Inquisition and then died. Alright. Alright. Literally drew a Slaughter Pact and Mana Sources, so not the best draw. Let's get the Slaughter Pact out of there first things first. Celestial Purge, always coming in. Iona's probably pretty legit. Sun Titan, not so good. Liliana's probably not very good either. Well, Leyline of the Void or Leyline of Sanctity? Possibly both. Just go mono Leylines on them. Void, I guess. Void is most likely to do the best work against stuff like Bloodghast, maybe Geralf's Messenger also. Makes my sweepers actually do something, which would be nice. Maybe Remand is not the best again. And yeah, I think we just go from here. Could see the Dark Blast, I suppose. Opponent has no idea what's in my deck, I'm guessing. This hand is pretty bad too. We went from 1 land, the land of 1-landers, into the land of 5-landers. And this is kind of what I was talking about earlier, where like this deck doesn't really want very specific answers. It wants all of its cards that it draws, or all of its spells at least, to be able to handle a wide variety of threats. And Spell Snare does not really do that. So maybe the Spell Snares are not very good in this deck. Okay. Ugh. The Imperial Rights and Elish Norn are basically dead. So this is a 4-card hand, effectively, that has a ley line. So effectively a 3-card hand, one of which is a 4-drop. I think we just mulligan again. And this hand just has no castables. So yeah, we went from 5 landers into 1 land again. I guess we keep this, though. Sure wish this on Burial Rites was a ley line. Then maybe we'd have a chance. Instead, we're just dying a horrible death. Okay, that's a start. It's a start to something. I'm not sure quite what exactly. The Bloodsoaked Champ is going to give us the beatdowns. Has been an inauspicious tournament. It's been rather interesting. A lot of weirdo decks. Gravecrawler too. Yeah, Leyline of the Void is definitely good. Oh, Viscera Sears. We can't even path stuff? And the Demon? Jeez. Well, at least we get to path this thing. Flying Trample. What are the odds that we Spell Snare or something? Maybe kind of high. I'll take 2 to try and do that. Upkeep paths. Our opponent doesn't get the untapped land right away. Doing this upkeep in the hopes that they, you know, like, are stuck on 2, thin their deck of a land. If they draw a spell, they're more likely to just cast a 2 instead of a 3-drop, so we can snare it. But our opponent is just all 1-drops, apparently. So Spell Snare stinks. Yeah, more Sunken Ruins action. Lingering Souls at least trades with the Diregraph Ghoul. Man, sure wish I had the ley line this game. 2 mana spell, please. Yes. Snare it. Get out. So many Blood Artists. Is that 3 rounds in a row of Blood Artists? That's so weird. Blood Artist buyout incoming. I think this is the first match we drew Colonnade also. No, we had it one of the other games where we were like stuck on 4. Colonnade has certainly not gotten activated yet this tournament. Makes me kind of rethink what I'm doing with my life here. Whoa. More demons? Come on, man. Alright, well, I guess I'm drawn to another path or a Snapcaster. They're at 5, though. So they attack me for 9 down to 7. And then I need 3 chump blockers. Yeah. Okay. That's fine. We're kind of winning this race. Just don't have anything. We'll be okay. Here we go. Please have nothing. How many things are we supposed to block with? 4, I guess, to play around a potential removal spell? This doesn't play around Bolt, but I couldn't really play around Bolt anyway. Six life is a lot to pay. Oh, good job, Lingering Souls. Good job. Well, these ley lines are definitely there to stay. I guess Remand is pretty good against the Demon. Pretty bad against everything else, though. Maybe Dark Blast is good for kind of keeping like Gravecrawler down and stuff. I guess it could be good if I have Leyline too. I don't know. I have so much removal for the demon that I feel like this stuff should just not come in, but maybe I'm supposed to cut one of these fatties. Maybe it's Iona. Could still lose even having an Iona in play. I can't really lose with Elishnorn. Like the demon would still beat this if it was already in play, so demon still beats this, but at least this clears out all the little guys. So what else? Spell Snare, I guess, is not great. Yeah, Dark Blast kills Blood Artist too. I'll just cut a Spell Snare, I guess. Leyline of the Void, lands and spells. Whoo boy. I am excited. Hiya. I am much excited. And no one drop. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. Bloodghast. Deal. Ooh, that's good against Bloodghast when I have a Leyline. What a weird bunch of matches. I can't get over how weird this has been. It's probably the strangest modern tournament I've played in. Viscera Seer. Guess I let that resolve. Much rather my opponent scry 1 than get a free land, so we'll give him the option. Ugh. Pardon me, getting kind of late. Yeah. This is one of those scenarios where, like, maybe it's not good to give my opponent the option, but in this case, I mean, it's so hard to not give them the option to, like, scry 1. I feel like scry 1 is so much worse than them having an extra land, but maybe not. Like, they could just have a bunch of lands already, for example, and maybe the scry 1 is way more valuable. Who knows? Come on, gifts ungiven? Alright, alright. Might be doing it. Definitely did not think I was winning this match. Bloodthrone Vampire, hello. And the demon is here. Maybe I was supposed to hold open Mana Leak. Oh, we drew Murder's Cut. We're so good. We're so good. I guess we don't need to keep that path because we're going to have a cut in the graveyard. See, and they're stuck on 2 land. Oh my god. Good thing we have the Mana Leak. Oh my god. This card is one of my favorites too. I love it. I love it so much. God, Leyline of the Void's so good. So many random decks out there like this. I'm just like, oh, Gravecrawler, Bloodghast? Yeah, get out. Leyline you. Alright, so finish 2 and 2. Deck certainly needs a little retooling. Also, deck just might not be good. That's certainly possible too. But it could be better. That is definitely true. I don't like the spell snares. I mostly don't like the talismans either, especially because the spell snares are not good. And there's not a white-black talisman. Like, if I could go talisman into Inquisition or Path, maybe that would be okay. But I'm not liking these spell snares, and I'm not liking these talismans either, so those should probably get out. Sweepers I could take or leave. All depends on what you expect to play against. Should probably have a 4th Gifts. And could also see another discard spell to just give us more early action, especially since we're cutting Spell Snare, and to protect our gifts from stuff like Dispel. So yeah, maybe this Ojutai should not be in here too. And then we could play a dual land instead of this Minamo, and etc, etc. But the sideboard was kind of nice. I liked having all these different cards. I could see Iona potentially being main deck, or at least having like more things that you can gifts for against burn, because the one timely reinforcements, as we saw, was not enough, even though I snapcastered it. But certainly willing to believe that mistakes were made in that match. That's definitely a real possibility. So I don't know. Deck seemed competitive, but what are you gonna do? You know. End of the day, 2-2, not too bad. It's kind of the norm for when we're trying new decks, but still 50-50 is not bad. I mean. It's only like, what, you know, 16% more, and you're one of the winningest players in the world. So 50-50 with the brew isn't bad, even though we're going against other brews, but always room for improvement. So if you're looking for changes, start with these 6 and go somewhere. I don't know where, but if you figure out what this deck should look like, feel free, let me know in the comments. And as always, thank you for watching.